Merry Christmas, everyone. This is my first video ever being made. My name is Austin Burgess. I have 3 chicken houses. I grow for a company. I'm here in South Carolina, and I've always been interested in doing something like this. I've saw people online do things like this and thought it was pretty cool, so I'm gonna take y'all along on what I do day to day around the chicken houses, and also we row crop a little bit of land too. So let's get started. All right, first things first, gotta come in here and check on everything, make sure everything's where it needs to be. As you can see, got all your temperatures and everything, what each sensor's reading at. The chickens are 28 days old today. They got about 30 more days here with us before they go out. These are meat chickens, so they stay on the farm about 60 to 63 days before they head out. But yeah, this is pretty much the brain of the house. Each house has this same setup in it. You got all your water right here. This way we run the antibiotics and vaccines if the birds get sick through here. You fill up this bucket and goes up here, and then it runs out into the lines. That's how you control the lights. We'll start picking up this house first. We'll cut them up a little bit. But every day you have to go through the chickens, and not every one of them makes it, so you have to go through there and pick up the dead and get the weak out of there and just make sure the rest of the flock stays healthy. So that's what I do every morning before I get my day started on the farm. But that's what we're about to get going now. As you can see, these are cage-free chickens. These are not raised in cages. Each house is 600 foot long by 60 foot wide. And each house right now in this house, I have 34,300 chickens. I can hold up to 36,000, but they cut it back to give the chicken a little bit more room to grow. But right now, about to pick up. All right, guys, we're inside the chicken house. About to get started picking up. As you can see, got fans on that end. Got 18 down there on that end. There's 21 fans, and also the sensors run everything in here. I mean, from your temperature, the temperature tells the fans what to do. Whether you want your heaters to cut on, which are those things hanging in the ceiling right there. Yep. Here's all your hoppers. This is where your feed comes in. You got all your feed lines right here. They run the full length of the house. These are your water lines right here. They run the full length of the house. But yeah, you got to walk in between each line and check your chickens out, check your equipment out, and check on your bird pretty much. So y'all enjoy. As you can see, the feed is feeding now. At the end of each line, each feed line on both ends, there's a control pan on the bottom of the motor, and as the chickens eat the feed down, that motor will run and bring more and fresh feed throughout these pans down through here. And like I said, they go from end to end of the house, same thing with the water lines. And as these chickens get bigger, you want to start raising the pans up as they start getting bigger. And same thing with the water lines, you raise them as they get bigger, because these chickens, I get them at a couple hours old, so they're little old yellow chickens is when I get them. As they go on and get bigger and bigger, all the equipment's got to come up, and you do that by a simple winch. There's winches in the ceiling, and you got to crank, and you crank everything up as they get bigger. And as you see that they need to come up on the bottom of the water lines, you've got a knob right here And what that does is, as they get bigger, also you want to adjust the water pressure on them. So when they get big, they start to drink a lot more water, and you need to put more pressure in the line to keep up with the amount of water all these chickens are drinking. So that knob down there is what that's used for. So the reason the water lines are so high like that is because the chicken has no ability to swallow. So you want to keep the water lines up, not too high, but just high enough for them to get to it. It makes it a lot easier for the chicken to swallow that water down. And when I was talking about those sensors earlier, on the computer you got 8 in each house. You got 4 on the brood end, 4 on the grow out end. And these sensors, like I said, they control the fans when they come on, when they come off, or when they go off. They control the heat. They control the vents, how big or how wide the vents open up. They really run the house and tell the computer what to do. They're the brain on the inside of the house. So this is what these sensors look like. And as the chicken gets bigger, you want to raise these sensors up so it's not sitting down there around their body temperature. You're trying to get an air temperature, so you keep them up above the chicken's head so they can't mess with them. But yeah, like right now the vents are opening up on the side. Those little black vents right there, they open up, and when those get opened up, what's going to happen is fans are going to come on back there. This fan right here is going to come on, and there's going to be one fan that comes on down there. And right now they're running for 64 seconds. So right over a minute long, and as the chicken gets bigger, the computer will ramp up how much time it needs to run, and more ventilation as the chickens get bigger. So like I said, yeah, this is my last house I got to pick up, and the chores around here will be done for today. All right guys, first things first, feed lines need to come up some, so I'm gonna show y'all how we do that before I get to picking up. So Alright guys, what we have here is a broken vent. As you can see, the vents are supposed to look like this when the fans aren't running. When the fans aren't running, the vents are supposed to close up and let no air in. And when the fans go to kick on, before they kick on, these vents will open up to allow fresh air to come back into the house when the fans kick on. So what we got to do is we got to put this one back up in the ceiling. Happens quite often, to be honest with y'all, but it ain't nothing to fix it. So let's get to it. All right, we got that vent screwed back up in the ceiling, as you can see. We're gonna let the house make one cycle to make sure this vent is gonna work correctly. All right, the vents are opening up, and these two fans back here, and I got two in the front running, they should cut on. All right, everything works good. We got to fix one fan, and a tensioner has come loose on one of the belts, so we're gonna head down here to the front of the house, and we're gonna get that fixed. All right, guys, we're right here in the front of house one. We're gonna go ahead and get this fan fixed, and that should be everything for today. Let's get the big impact. Took me a minute to find my 9/16, but all right, guys, let's go. We've got to tighten this tensioner up. When the fan kicks on, the belt has a lot of play in it, and the fan ain't doing like it's supposed to do. It makes a pretty bad sound, so let's get it tightened. I don't know if y'all be able to tell or not, but that belt's got a lot of play in it, so we're gonna cut it off, tighten that tensioner up, and see if that fixes it. I believe that's what our problem was, guys. Thank y'all for watching. This will be it for this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.